Hey everybody, it's Mark and Zane from HIT Chef Academy. We hope you are well. Tonight we need some dinner, so we're going to knock up a lovely little treat. This is also going to run over as your classic leftover, and this is something Zane's going to take to school. So we're going to be doing a bento box style lunch for Zane tomorrow that Zane's going to take away. We've got some lovely salad, and today we're going to be doing you a lovely machineless falafel using pumpkin. It's in season, so why not? We had some leftover from our dinner last night, just simply roasted off. I've scraped that down, and Zane is going to show you how to assemble some beautiful falafels. Not only are we going to make some falafels tonight, we are going to make for you a delicious flatbread, very simple, and we're going to make you a lovely veganaise. So a mayonnaise, completely vegan, no eggs. We've got the water from the chickpeas, but I'll go through that later. We don't throw anything away at HIT Chef Academy, and we certainly don't throw it away in this household either. So, okay, so Zane's just using a potato masher, and he's got a tin of chickpeas in here. Don't worry about the quantities, guys. The recipe will pop up on screen. This is a big shout out to Yvette Farrell at Heartsbarn Cookery School. This is a recipe inspired by her today, and I might have stolen her flatbread recipe, but Nigel Slater did as well, so I'm pretty sure I'm on par and loved as Nigel Slater. All right, so Zane's just squishing down the chickpeas. We're just going to mash them down. It's okay if they're a little bit rough. Nice bit of texture isn't the end of the world. Actually, it adds to the dish. So I'm just going to add in half a chopped onion, small diced, and Zane's going to just start to incorporate everything through. He's doing a good job. We've got the roasted pumpkin here. Absolutely gorgeous. Just a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt. Now falafel, traditionally fried. We're going to bake ours in the oven tonight. To balance that out, I've got a beautiful spiced butter to go with a flatbread, because all chefs love butter, and we love butter in this house, don't we?
Yeah.
We do indeed.
Butter makes life.
Butter makes life. Spoken like a true Frenchman. There you go. We're going to add our spices. So we had ground cumin, ground coriander, and in there of half a teaspoon of salt. So Zane's just going to keep squishing that through.
Blend it a bit as well.
Yep. I'm going to add the juice of half a lime. There we go. Right. We're going to put our coriander in. Beautiful. And Zane's just giving that a good mash. So there we go. I'm just going to scrape that down with my Maurice. It's quite a coarse mixture. As you can see, with a little bit of manipulation, it comes together as a ball, as a falafel. Now, you want these, I'd say, no bigger than a like cat toy golf ball shape, almost. Yeah, you happy with that? So Zane's going to make me another 8 of those, and we're going to get them in the oven. The oven's set to 200 degrees C. We just got a little oil tray. We'll just give them a little rub around, so that oil is going to coat over the falafel, and it's going to allow it to bake, and it's going to allow it to crisp up.
Wait, another 8 or another 7, because that is the 8.
But look how pretty these are. Absolutely gorgeous. You've got the coriander running through it. Yes, please.
Okay.
You've got the coriander running through it. Someone's had a Diet Coke, so he's full of sugar. There we go. So look how wonderful they look. All right.
Is that alright?
Is that same size? Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to go on the little tray, and Zane's just going to form those up now. And here we have 8 lovely falafel shaped by Zane's beautiful little hands, very delicately. And we're just going to get those in the oven. We're going to work like chefs tonight. We're going to get those in the oven cooking, and we're going to assemble the other parts, and then we're going to bring together our dinner, but leftovers for him tomorrow. And I use the term leftovers. They're not leftover. So nutritious, delicious, healthy meal. And especially in this time, and this time of the year as well. Fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, good wholesome food. This is what we need right now. Okay, so I've got a little tray here, and I'm just going to give it a lovely lug of olive oil, and Zane is going to put the falafels in. There we go.
Of all people, why did you choose me?
Because you're the only one here.
Oh yeah.
Dog doesn't have a thumb, does it? Oh, she's asleep. There we go. Just space those out. We give them a drizzle, and we get those straight in the oven. So there you go, beautiful. So next, So next we're going to make our delicious flatbread. Now this is a wonderful recipe, again inspired by my wonderful friend Yvette. Very, very simple. To make a simple basic dough, you want 225 grams of plain flour, 225 grams of a strong bread flour, about 300 mils of water. Now we use the term flatbread, but there is a teaspoon of quick action yeast in here, and we have a little bit of salt as well. Now, flatbread with a leavening agent, you might argue and say it's not a flatbread. Naan being a classic one with a yeast running through it as well. So this is what we're going to be using today. So we've got a little bit of the dough made ready for you, and Zane is going to show us how to roll it out. So Zane has got some flour that he's just going to lightly sprinkle on the bench.
Put that back and spread it out a bit.
That's it. Yeah, lovely. A bit over here. Okay, so Zane has covered the entire of my kitchen in flour.
Don't worry.
So you got enough on your hand, Zane? You put a little bit on there.
And a little bit on there.
And a little bit on there, and you're going to roll that out. So when you're rolling these out, guys, remember to give it that quarter turn, 90 degrees, every couple of rolls. That way, it's not going to shrink all down in one direction. You're going to get an even shrinkage. Now to go with this, I have a delicious Ras Al Hanout butter that we're going to smear over the top. And I'm going to go through the reason why we use this butter. It's absolutely fantastic, but it's a great indicator as to when the bottom of the bread is cooked. If it sticks a little bit, just add a little bit more flour to your rolling pin and a touch more to the bread. Don't add too much to the bread. We want a bread, we don't want a biscuit. The more flour you add, the drier it's going to become. You're going to end up with almost a cracker, and that's what we don't want to do. Okay, so Zane, that is thin enough. You are good to go. So Zane is now going to spread this lovely butter all over the top, and we're going to get our bread cooked. There we go. So there we go. That's it. If you put your finger along the back of the knife, that's it. You get a bit more of a spreader action going. Beautiful. So do you want to spread that all over? I've got a little pan here preheating. No oil. I don't want any oil in it. It's going to dry cook. And like I say, as the heat comes up through the bread cooking it, the butter starts to fizz. You'll start to smell those aromats. We've got Ras Al Hanout there, which means head of the shop. So many spice blends throughout North Africa are distinctive to a certain shop, to a certain shopkeeper, and people have their own specific blend that they like to go and buy. And that's what it means. It's as simple as that. It's a lovely bit of connective history. There we go. So I'll do the dad bit, and I'm going to put it into the pan. But Zane spread all the butter over the top.
Yep.
Now remember, when we're putting things in the pan, we put them away from you. Going to give it a little shake, and that's it. Now leave it. Otherwise, it's going to spread around, and it's going to stick, and it's going to tear, potentially burn, and we don't want that. Okay. So I've got it on a low heat. I'm going to start cranking it up now to a medium-high heat to cook it. We only want to cook it for about 2-3 minutes each side. No more than that. We want a flat bread. We don't want a flat cracker. So the bread has been in the pan for about 2-2.5 minutes. I've turned it up now to a high heat just to get that intensity running through it. And I've just got, you probably can't hear it now on camera and at home, but we've got a sizzle going on with the butter, and the room has started to smell this wonderful perfume. Ras Al Hanout, we've got citrus running through there, we've got earthy flavours, sweet, and we've got those scents and aromas coming through, and it's absolutely fantastic. So now it's time to turn it. Again, job for the adults. I did ask Zane off camera, but he didn't want to do it, which is fair enough. So pick it up and flip it away from you. And that butter now is going to hit that hot pan. We're going to cook from the underside for a minute, minute and a half, and we bring it out and rest it. And I assure you, you're going to end up with a wonderful little flatbread wrap for your lunch the next day. If you're doing them at home, and maybe you're doing a few en masse, there's a few of you around the table that are all going to want a flatbread. Cook one, put it into a clean tea towel, and just put a tea towel over it. Keep stacking them up. What will happen is they'll just sit nicely under the tea towel, nice and warm, and they'll steam away. And they'll be beautiful. They'll be absolutely beautiful, I promise you. So like I say, the majority of the cooking's done on the first side. When the butter's ready, bubbling, and you've got those aromats and that scent, flip it over, 1 more minute, done. And we are about there. And that's what you end up with. Zane, do you want to hold that up to the camera?
Not a pizza incident.
Not a pizza incident, that's classic. Can we get it up? There we go, using his muscles. What a wonderful flatbread. Smells amazing, looks amazing, it's going to taste amazing. And what a wonderful thing to tuck all your little falafel in with a lovely little salad. Fantastic. So that's the second part of our bento box done. And now we're going to move on to our third part, which is veganaise. So we initially used chickpeas in the falafel mix, which is great. Now, I did it for many years without knowing what a wonderful product the liquid is from chickpeas. It's called aquafaba. Has the same protein structure as egg. Start relating that and thinking about how you use egg. Then you use meringue, egg whites. Suddenly you've got a vegan alternative to egg that we can use in many, many dishes, including sauces. So we're going to show you something called veganaise, where we're using the chickpea water, we're using an olive oil, we're using mustard, a little bit of maple syrup and date syrup. Very, very simple. This stuff will keep in the fridge for a week. It's a lot lighter, less heavy, less greasy than your traditional mayonnaise. And it's simply made with a jug and a stick blender. If you want to be a sadist, then use a hand whisk, but you need arms like Popeye. So I would suggest one of these, great investment, 10 quid, last your lifetime. Well, not a lifetime, because I use mine loads and they burn out every couple of years. So we're going to go on to veganaise. So, as you can see, we've got all our ingredients here. I've got my oil, I've got my aquafaba in a nice deep dish. You want a nice deep pot, tub, jug, whatever. This has come off our little NutriBullet mixer thing that we use for smoothies, probably biannually. Great investment that was, cheers, eh? We've got some white wine vinegar, we've got some mustard, we've got some sea salt, and we've got some syrup. Now you can use cane sugar, you can use maple syrup. I've got some date syrup, so we're gonna have a slightly darker sauce, but I don't care about that, that's not the end of the world. So we've got that little bit of sweet, a little bit of sour with the vinegar going on, so it's gonna be absolutely wonderful. So Zane is going to firstly pour the 2 liquids into the aquafaba. That's it, dude. So the syrup, no, do as best you can. That's all right. I've done. I put a bit more in there. So I've got 1.5 teaspoons of the vinegar. I've got 2 teaspoons of the date syrup. That'll be absolutely fine, Zane. Thank you very much. I'll take those off you. Put the salt in there and the mustard.
Try to do that at the same time.
Absolutely. The mustard, you can use a whole grain mustard. You can use French mustard. We're using an English mustard, but it's a really good quality one that doesn't completely blow your head off. For those that are familiar with it, Welsh mustard, absolutely fantastic. Really sweet, almost like your honey mustard thing going on, but bright red. Fantastic colour, absolutely wonderful. Great with cheese, great with ham. Okay, so what we're going to do, excuse the noise. We just start to mix that up. We get that all together. Now, like a traditional mayonnaise where you've got your eggs and at this point you would have beaten them, then what we're going to do is slowly pour the oil in. So, Zane, I'm going to get you to pour the oil in for me. Okay, can everybody at home see us? Okay, let's have you here. So, literally like a trickle. A trickle. Took 2 minutes. 2 minutes, you reckon, Chef?
No, 3 minutes.
3 minutes, according to my esteemed colleague. But look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. That can be flavoured up with anything. Anything you want. Any herb you want, any citrus you want, anything like that whatsoever. And it's just like mayonnaise. Absolutely fantastic. The forward planning and preparation. We have our bento box, which is a box full of compartments. So in there we have the seeds from the pumpkin. We're not going to throw them away. Full of vitamins, full of minerals, full of essential fats, full of fibre. And I've just toasted them off in a pan for about 10 minutes on a low heat, and they're nice and crisp. They'll be absolutely wonderful over the top of the falafel in the morning. In here, Zane did delicately put some lime wedges, but I've kind of messed them around a little bit. We've got an extra little compartment for a salad. Just little bits and bobs. We've got, you know, a peeled carrot left over from something. I've just ribboned that off with a peeler. We've got some sliced red pepper, we've got some radish, we've got some red cabbage, because you love red cabbage, don't you? You absolutely love red cabbage. And we've got some baby gem lettuce as well. And in the main compartment underneath, we've got another little bit of salad as well. So Zane's gonna properly get his greens tomorrow. What I'm gonna get Zane to do, he's gonna get a flatbread and he's gonna put it into there, and I'm gonna check the falafel.
Might have to fold this a little bit.
I would.
Fine.
Yeah, looks all right. Look at those babies. Don't they look good? Absolutely fantastic. Knocked up in 2 minutes using a potato masher. I've not had to use a whole robo, food processor, take it all apart, clean the blade, all that kind of thing. Just used a little bit of muscle, and look what we've got. Absolutely fantastic. Tasty, healthy, vibrant, delicious. That's what we want. And we're gonna lay those on top of our flatbread. I'll obviously allow them to cool, and then I'll pop them into the fridge for Zane overnight. And then that way tomorrow when Zane gets to school, he's gonna have a really healthy and nutritious lunch. I'll be all proud because I'm dad. And there we go. We've got Zane's Bento Box, which is a pumpkin and chickpea falafel with a homemade flatbread. And we've even showed you how to make a vegan mayonnaise. And from everybody at HIT Training, thank you ever so much for watching. We love your comments. We love any suggestions that you want us to do. Again, we're just dad, we're son. We eat well. We like to eat home cooked food, don't we? We like to eat nutritious. We like a treat. Everyone likes a treat. If there's anything you would like us to do, break a myth, show you a technique, something simple at home that you think, oh God, I'm gonna need this, this, and this, I'll try and break it down for you, you know, make one pot wonders, delicious food for your families. So to everybody from HIT Training, from HIT Chef Academy, from everybody associated with HIT Training, from Yvette Farrell, who's inspired me to make this dish, thank you ever so much for watching. Stay safe and we'll see you soon. Thank you.